us. If you're still here, come on. We don't want to miss it. It's so much fun. So just to kind of prep, today we're asking all of our families to sit together. Like, make sure that your kids are with you today. And we're not going to, Miss Brooke and I are just going to speak from right here. We're not really going to go up on stage today. Start early. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and open in prayer for our Family First Sunday for November. So glad to see all you guys. It's like our own little family right here, isn't it? Love it. All right, let's bow our heads and pray real quick to get us going. Dear God, thank you for this beautiful morning. Thank you for all these families here gathered together. Help us to focus on you and be grateful this month as we go into the month of November and into the season of Thanksgiving. Dear Lord, be with us and help us focus on you and help us to not stay too busy and to focus on our families and all that is good. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so welcome to Family First Sunday. We're getting into a routine of having this every single month. We're going to let you know what we're doing in our curriculum for all of the Treehouse Kids areas, for the Garden, Treehouse Kids Junior, and Treehouse Kids. And then we're just going to kind of send you away with some really great fun activities that send your family home with some faith ideas. So I'm going to pass this to Brooke to talk about this a little bit more.
Good morning. For those of you guys who weren't here last month, what we're doing with Family First Sundays, we saw the amazing worship that we have with our preschoolers once a week and once a month for Family Chapel. And we wanted to give that opportunity also with parents here to worship with their kiddos and to see what your kiddos are learning. But most importantly, after we do our couple songs of worship, we want to take the time and the opportunity. We notice that everyone's so busy and it's hard to get to church and everything else, and Shannon and I both feel that as parents ourselves, our most important job is to teach our children at home. And so we wanted to give you guys the tools and the resources and little ideas to teach you different prayers and blessings and activities you can do at home to lead your children to God and to help make it more of a natural conversation and not make it so awkward.
All right, so just to kind of get started, what we're going to be doing in November, we'll give you a quick overview of what we're doing in November, and I think we have a slide for that. There we go. All right, so our theme for the November is bubbles. Does that sound good, kids? You guys want to have fun with bubbles? Yes, you had fun with bubbles today. Yeah. All right. So that's kind of our over theme. She's doing Bubble Factory, and over in second grade through fifth grade, we're going to do a game show called Pop That Bubble. And so we're going to talk about thankfulness through all of that. Week 1, we're both talking about family, being thankful for family. We're going to talk about Ruth and Naomi. And then in week 2, we're going to talk about friendship with David and Jonathan, and friendship with each other and being thankful for that. Week 3, we're talking about being thankful for food, right? And what else? Great time to do that except for Thanksgiving week. That goes right along with that. We're going to be talking about the Exodus and the manna that has fallen from heaven and provided food for the families there. And in week 4, we're going to practice saying thank you and how important that is with the story of the 10 lepers and the one that remembered to say thank you. So those are our stories for the month of November. We're both going to be doing them, just a little different take on each one, a little bit age appropriate. And you can follow that up at home with some of the things that we're doing. So bubbles, bubbles everywhere. It's going to be super fun. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with a thankful song that we're all going to be doing. And we're learning it along with you, but we're going to start this first thankful song. And just everybody stand up and let's all sing together.
like to think about the goodness of the Lord. He gives me everything I need and so much more. So I just want to lift my hands and say that I love him. I just want to lift my heart in praise. And I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to remember everything that the Lord has done. I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to be, I want to be, I want to be. I like to think about the goodness of the Lord. He gives me everything I need and so much more. So I just want to lift my hands and say that I love him. I just want to lift my heart in praise. And I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to remember everything that the Lord has done. I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to be, I want to be, I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to remember everything that the Lord has done. I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to be, 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 I want to be.
Speaking of being thankful, I think Miss Brooke and I are super thankful for these guys over here. So we have Jamie and Michaela and Jeremiah who really help put so much into our kids program. So we're very thankful for them. They know all the motions. They're like doing it, you know. So good. So we're going to kind of talk real quick about our blessing stations and what they're going to look like. So in my station back here, I'm talking a little bit about the Eucharist and being thankful for food. I've got a little book that I want to quote from. These are two really great books that Brooke and I work with. One is called Faithful Families. You guys can have a seat. Yeah, sorry about that. Got to keep standing. Now jump up and down, right? All right, so Faithful Families by Tracy Smith. We can always order you one if you guys want one, if you ever want. These are just, this will take you from birth all the way to graduation and beyond. But these are just great blessing activities that you can do within your house and just continue to carry that spiritualness from church into home and back to church and into your kids' lives. Just super good. And then the one, and then this is kind of pretty much the same book, Seamless Faith. That's really good. And we can get these books for you if you want them. This book that I'm going to read from today is Liturgy of the Ordinary. It's about being thankful when you have to check your email and your text messages, and when you're like eating leftovers, and when you've lost your keys, and when your car won't start. It is fantastic. It's such a great book. But the one today that I'm going to read is about eating leftovers. And it's about Thanksgiving. And the word, it says, I'm just going to read it. The word Eucharist literally means thanksgiving. The Eucharist is the Thanksgiving feast of the church, and it is out of this communal practice of thanksgiving that my lunchtime, her lunchtime, of thanks flows. The Eucharist, or gathered meal of thanksgiving for the life, death, and resurrection of Christ, transforms each humble meal into a moment to recall that we receive all of life from soup to salvation by grace. As such, these small daily moments are sacramental, not that they are sacraments themselves, but that God meets us in and through the earthly material world in which we dwell. So this is a perfect example of having lunch with your kids on a Saturday afternoon and having peanut butter and jelly and saying, This is part of our Eucharist. This is part from soup to salvation. We can bring God into that moment. So that's kind of what we're going to do today. I've got some M&Ms back there, like we haven't had enough candy. And then I've got a little sheet of paper. So when you pull out your little snack bag and you pull out an M&M, you can be thankful. There's a little code that goes with each color. If you have a red, it might be thankful for a person in your life, and you eat that one. And then if you have an orange, it might be some place that you're thankful for. And you might talk about your home or your grandma's home or a special vacation spot, something like that. And it just goes through each one of those. It's a great little piece of paper to have during dinner. You can use Skittles with it. You can make popsicle sticks. I've seen people use little pixie sticks even. There's so many things you can use. You don't have to use food. You can make your own popsicle sticks at home and just each pull one out and talk about how grateful and thankful you are for that. So what a great time to do it during the month of November and maybe get into a little bit of a practice and have that at your dinner table just while you guys are eating dinner. All right?
Yeah, I guess because it is Thanksgiving, it's easier to kind of get into the whole habit of thankfulness. But I mean, as sure as many of you read that finding, like, 3 things every day that you're thankful for lowers your stress and helps you get out of depression. So as parents, I mean, that's a wonderful habit for us to be showing our kiddos. I like doing it with a little Pinteresty kind of look, just because that's me. My amazing friend Tina cut out all these gorgeous little leaves, and you can see over here also with her backdrop, we started doing it on Wednesday nights. We're writing on leaves things that we're thankful for. And I have, in my back on my station, I have leaves, so you can take some home and start it with your family. You can either just stick them on your door, or you can do what I do, is I have a centerpiece that we've done every year with my family. I just stick branches from the backyard in a vase, and I hang them with baker's twine and leaves, and every night, kiddos can do as many or as little as they want. I still have some of mine when my kiddos were little, that before they could write, they drew. They drew on there. Also, if I ran out of leaves, I would let my kids cut their own, and sometimes it's hard not to be a perfectionist, not to have the jagged kind of thing, but I'll tell you what, after a few years, after they're a little bit bigger, they're the most precious leaves I have. Sorry, I'm fine. I'm not sad that my babies are growing. All right, so, but that's just it. So every time at dinner, or if you want to do it at breakfast in the morning or right before bed as part of your November tradition, everyone just can write something that they're thankful for and hang it on their tree. And then you're also done with your Thanksgiving centerpiece. But so in the back, I have leaves, I have hole punches, I have markers, I have scissors, all those things that you can take home. And then I have Ziploc baggies so they don't get lost in your minivan as well too. So you can just put them in there. And that's it. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, you guys want to stand up? We're gonna do.
All right, guys, let's bounce around together. We are going to sing this song about prayer. It's all about talking to God. So we are going to sing words that Jesus actually said. He said, "Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name." Let's sing together.
Our Father in heaven, well, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Sing His love.
His love came down, down, down. My prayers go up, up, up. God gives me what I need. He gives me what I need.
All right, let's jump around together. You guys, the next thing we're going to sing is "Give us this day our daily bread." Let's sing together.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. His love came down, down, down. My prayers go up, up, up. God gives me what I need. He gives me what I need. His love came down, down, down. My prayers go up, up,
announcement. We collect these little songs that we love so much. We have so much fun with them. And they're on YouTube, on our YouTube channels. They're on our Spotify channels. They're on Instagram, blah, 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 and Facebook. We just have them everywhere. So you can do them at home. You can do them in your car. Download our Spotify channels. You can do them in your car. All right, you guys go enjoy your stations, and we hope you guys have a really great week this week. We'll see you on Wednesday.